New tonight, an Ashland man says his wife's wishes are being ignored despite a legal document outlining the care she did and did not want while battling Alzheimer's disease.
Well, she and her family believed her wishes were clear in the document. It was contradictory to Oregon administrative rules for care facilities.
The issue ended up in Jackson County Circuit Court, where the judge ruled in favor of state law. But tonight, the family's fight is far from over.
The only thing living is her physical body. The Nora I knew and the brain of Nora is gone.
Bill and Nora Harris met in 1975. They married 2 years later and spent decades seeing the world and absorbing all the history and culture other countries had to offer. Bill describes Nora as the smartest woman he's ever met. That's why her diagnosis in 2009 of early onset Alzheimer's at the age of 56 came as such a blow.
Early onset moves faster than regular diagnosis, late diagnosis, and they estimated 4 to 10 years. And so she's about 7 years into it now.
Soon after the diagnosis, Bill and Nora began making plans, moving to Oregon because of its more reasonable cost of care facilities, and filling out an advance directive outlining her medical wishes. She and Bill thought it was clear.
The spirit of the advance directive was, let's not do anything to really prolong this process. No artificial feeding, no tubes, no parental feeding. And we took parental feeding to be like a parent and a 2-year-old.
In 2013, Nora was placed in the memory care facility at Fern Gardens. She eventually stopped eating and lost weight to the point where she was placed in hospice care. Eventually, a state ombudsman stepped in, saying the facility was required under state law to provide feeding assistance, including supervision and use of proper utensil and assistive devices. Bill took the case to court this summer. The judge ruled in favor of the state law. A licensed attorney and expert witness on the case says the advance directive was broad in Bill's authority as healthcare representative, but specific in that she didn't want to prolong life.
He's talked about those conversations in court. His daughter talked about their daughter talked about those conversations in court. Longtime family friends talked about conversations in court that they had had with Nora over the years, and it all said the same thing. So it should have worked, and yet it didn't.
They basically sentenced her to experience the full gamut of Alzheimer's. They have not allowed her to gracefully end this process and to end it.
Bill could appeal, but it would be costly. And if Nora passed during the appeals process, the case would end. So now they want to make sure this doesn't happen to someone else.
The only avenue left was really to kind of go public to see if we could get the rules and the laws changed to basically abide by the assisted suicide rule, that if I'm rational and I'm competent and at the time I fill out my advance directive, this is my wish, then it doesn't change just because I have dementia and cannot communicate for myself.
Experts recommend that on the advance directive, they attach additional documents that outline your wishes in as much detail as possible. They say recording a video of your wishes is just one more way to make sure they are fulfilled.